Okay, das ist die Forest Lane. Was war denn an der Forest Lane? Ach genau, das Zimmer, genau. Wir gehen auch mal das Zimmer nochmal untersuchen. Eine Unterhose, ja, die hab ich nie an.
Egad! Is this someone's room or a jungle?
Quite a fascinating array of plants in here. Not to mention the machinery on the table.
Seems like Juliet is very interested in getting extra credit.
Das glaube ich allerdings auch. Wir gehen nochmal auf Nummer sicher. Es wurde gerade geautosaved, aber dennoch.
I wonder what sort of fertilizer or growth tonic these plants are getting. Whatever it is, it's definitely working.
Aha. Was haben wir denn im Bücherschrank?
That's quite the book collection. It almost puts Adelaide's to shame.
All impeccably cataloged and organized as well, which makes the 2 missing volumes stand out even more.
Was fehlt
That's
denn?
quite...
Wir wissen aber nicht, was fehlt. Schade. Blumen. Es gibt Blumen, es gibt Pflanzen und es gibt Blumenpflanzen. Auf den ersten Blick irritieren mich diese riesigen Wasserflecken. Oh ja, stimmt, da oben, ne? Ja. Die habe ich gar nicht bemerkt. Ja, okay, gucken wir uns mal die Blumenpflanzen an.
Those are the most vibrant flowers we've seen in a while. I bet they smell extra strong.
Yes, they certainly do.
It's a good thing you're the one with the nose. This plant makes Miles Jr. look like a single blade of grass.
Okay, die Pflanzen interessieren uns nicht. Die Bücher interessieren uns auch nicht.
I'm guessing they're probably full of more scientific equipment or plant-related stuff.
Okay.
They appear to be scientific scribblings. I can't make heads nor tails of them.
That makes 2 of us.
Wie immer unten ohne. Genau, Herzog. Das ist ja quasi ein Markenzeichen von mir.
They appear to be...
That makes 2 of us.
Okay, wir wissen nicht, wo vorne und hinten ist. Gucken wir uns mal den Labortisch an. Was ist das? Fliegen!
They're just doing what flies do best.
Sie fliegen. Da ist ein Knopf.
Well now, this is interesting.
Auswirkungen der Ätherizität, Flora, größere, strahlendere Blüten. Die Produktion von Chlorophyll scheint sich zu verdreifachen. Das Wurzelwerk wird gestärkt und die Absorptionsrate von Nährstoffen wird erhöht. Zusammenfassend, Pflanzen gedeihen unter Kontakt mit geringen Mengen von Ätherizität. Die Langzeitwirkung kann nur durch weitere Beobachtungen festgestellt werden. Auswirkungen der Ätherizität, Fauna, Beeinflussung des Gehirns. Testsubjekte verhalten sich wie in Trance. Kontrolle über die Muskulatur geht verloren. Flügel schlagen in wiederkehrenden Rhythmen. Zusammenfassend, wenn Tiere höherer Ordnung mit weiterreichenden kognitiven Fähigkeiten, Menschen eingeschlossen, mit einer festen Menge von Ätherizität in Berührung kommen, verfallen sie in einer Katatonie, die sie reglos und wie tot wirken lässt. Aha. Aha. Das ist ja wie bei der Frau da. Das ist interessant. Oben ein Leder-BH hier, natürlich. Lass die Fliegen frei. Ich guck mal gleich, was passiert, wenn ich einen Knopf drücke, wenn ich gespeichert habe.
Just a bunch of technical nonsense. I can't understand a word of it.
Okay.
Etheric pressure. What a bunch of nonsense.
Okay.
I have no idea nor desire to know what purpose that thing has.
Okay, wir gehen raus. Ich speichere mal, weil ich Angst habe. Und drücke mal den Knopf.
Oh, would you look at that? Oh, with etheric.
Aha. Okay. Das war total spannend. Gut, dass wir das gemacht haben. Die sind jetzt ein bisschen katatonisch. Katatonische Fliegen, die hätte ich auch gern zu Hause. Die nerven wenigstens nicht so. Okay, ja, genau. Das habe ich mir auch gedacht. So, da waren wir. Gehen mal auf den Friedhof. Saint-Denis.
St. Denis Cemetery. Best view in the city. It's just a shame none of the residents can enjoy it. I think I'm buried around here somewhere. Wonder how the old gravestone is doing these days.
Werden wir gleich mal fragen.
Looks like people have left markings and offerings in front of this tomb. You may think it's a silly superstition, but I wish you'd leave a bottle of Bollingworth at my grave every now and then.
Okay, da können wir wieder gehen.
Nice view of the river from up here. You can hardly even see the cloud of smog over the chum. This just goes to show you can't take it with you, so you might as well spend it all on a giant tomb.
Das stimmt. Mr. Toomey.
The plaque says Harrison. Doesn't look very opulent, so I guess it doesn't belong to anyone important.
Okay, Harrison ist nicht wichtig.
I don't know him. Must be a recent addition to the force. Well, at least he won't recognize you.
Dann sprechen wir doch mal mit dem.
Good day to you, officer.
Good day, sir. How may I be of assistance?
Sure is a nice day to be walking around the cemetery, wouldn't you agree?
I guess, if you're into that sort of thing. Personally, the noise those bugs are making is starting to drive me crazy.
Would you mind letting me in the tomb, please?
Afraid I can't do that, sir. This tomb is currently part of a police investigation and ain't available for visits until further notice.
I think I saw someone being mugged at the front entrance.
Nice try, sir, but that's clearly a bunch of bull. You're just trying to get me to step away so you can go inside the tomb.
Nein, auf gar keinen Fall.
What? No, I would never do such a thing.
In any case, there's another officer stationed at the entrance, so if there was somebody being mugged, he'd see it for sure.
Well, at the very least, it's nice to see the department is hiring competent officers who aren't easily fooled.
Good day to you, officer.
Afraid I ain't got time for idle please.
Okay, kann ich denn jetzt mal das Autosave laden? Das müsste ja hier... Ach, das war hier. Okay, warte. So, jetzt gehen wir mal eben durch. Gucken uns nochmal alles an, falls das wichtig war.
Nice view of the... Let's just go... The plaque said... I don't know.
Okay, ich speichere hier jetzt gerade nochmal. Und probier mal was anderes zu sagen. Also war es mal bei der Polizei vor dem Unfall. Scheinbar, ne? Ich blick da mit Polizei und Detektiv und Privatdetektiv nicht so ganz durch.
Would you afraid this? But it's my dearly departed Aunt Hester's birthday today, and I always bring her flowers.
I'm sorry, sir, but I've got my orders. Come back in a few days. I can assure you, your aunt won't have gone anywhere.
Okay.
If only that police officer wasn't guarding the tomb, you could go in there and raid it to your heart's content.
Okay. Also sind beides einfach nur Ausgänge? Oder was? Kann ich da irgendwo noch was anderes tun? Oder komme ich einfach nur wieder auf die Map? Ich komme einfach nur auf die Map. Okay, da kann ich also gerade nichts tun. Dann können wir nur noch zur Compton Street.
Ah, Compton Street. We're not too far from Restaurant Row. When's the last time you ate, anyway?
Please, let's not add eating to the list of things to nag me about.
Okay, da ist die Tür. Metzgerei.
Considering how many eating establishments are in this neighborhood, the butcher picked a fantastic spot to set up shop. I do notice a distinct lack of stray cats in this neighborhood, though.
Okay.
I'm glad that Coulson still uses horses. I don't trust the new self-driving cabs.
Da ist ein Pferdekutschen.
One of Atwood's re-election posters, sorely lacking a mustache. Go on, Miles. Fix this grievous injustice.
Not now, Bill. There are more important things to worry about.
Okay. Spoil sport.
Okay, das kann ich leider nicht machen. Gut, speichern nochmal, bevor wir da reingehen. Und da ist immer noch die Frage, übermitteln wir der Mutter diese Nachricht oder nicht?
I'm sorry, I have no time for visitors today.
I need to speak with you about Albert Martin.
Albert? Are you with the police?
No, I'm a private investigator.
Oh, I don't think you can help. I'm sorry.
Na gut, dann muss ich das wohl tun.
You're Albert Martin's mother, aren't you?
Who are you?
Miles Fordham. I spoke with Albert, and he told me to give you a message. He said to tell you that St. Roch's dog is barking.
Oh, I see. That's good. That's very good. You better come in, Mr. Fordham. Standing on the street just won't do.
Okay. Okay, wir mussten das also sagen, scheinbar.
Welcome to my home, Mr. Fordham. I am Sabine Martin. I hope you understand that Albert has nothing to do with this awful business. Would you care for some tea?
Well, her tune certainly changed when you gave her that message. I wonder what it meant.
Ja, das frage ich mich auch.
No, thank you, ma'am. I won't be staying long.
Okay, schauen wir uns erstmal um.
The Virgin Mary. I must admit she was the last person I was expecting to see in here. A rather unremarkable book collection, I'm sorry to say. That statue, on the other hand, gives me the willies. Interesting. Those pots look as though they've been wrapped in tobacco leaves. That pattern resembles a flower. Too bad it isn't an Easter lily. It's some old man with a dog standing at the center of a crossroads. If that's meant to have any sort of significance, it's completely lost on me.
Okay, da ist ein Vorhang. Kann ich da durch einfach, bevor ich mit ihr rede?
I'm afraid that room is private, Mr. Fordham. I must respectfully ask you to not go in there.
Okay.
Of course. My apologies.
Hätte ja klappen können. Okay, dann reden wir mal mit Sabine.
I've got a few questions for you, Mrs. Martin.
I'll try to answer them the best I can.
Do you think your son is capable of doing what he stands accused of?
Never. Albert wouldn't harm a fly.
That's what the mothers always say.
Why don't you tell me a bit more about him then?
He started working at the university laboratory a few years ago. I was so proud of him. The university is quite selective, you know. The same for its staff as well as its students.
Yes, I've gotten that impression.
I always told Albert to be careful around those high society types, but that one always thinks with his heart first.
Is she sure that's the correct body part?
Ja, ich glaube, der hat mit was anderem und nicht mit dem Herzen gedacht.
He's all the family I have, Mr. Fordham.
Do you know anything about Madame Laura Dupré?
I never met her in person, but I know plenty about her.
Like what?
Nothing fit for polite conversation, Mr. Fordham. But I can tell you this. Laura Dupré has far more enemies than she lets on.
Does that include you or your son?
It most certainly does not.
What do you know about Juliette, Madame Dupré's daughter?
I know Albert was smitten with her, no matter that I told him to be very careful around her kind. Those rich Creole families don't care much for people like us. To them, we're just a help. But from his telling, Juliette sounded to be a decent soul. It's a shame the same can't be said for her kin.
If you'll indulge my curiosity, what exactly was the meaning of Albert's message?
Saint Roch is the patron saint of dogs, as well as the falsely accused. If he sent the message along with you, it means he trusts you, and that I should too.
Ah, okay.
Oh, I see.
Perhaps you were hoping for something more? That's just the way of mysteries, isn't it?
How do you mean?
The thrill of the unknown is always more exciting than the truth. Mystery makes life a little more interesting.
Ja, das stimmt wohl.
True, but if mysteries were really better unsolved, I wouldn't have a job. What exactly is it you do, Mrs. Martin?
I provide services to the public.
A delightfully vague answer if there ever was one. Give me something a bit more specific, please.
I'm a mambo asugwe.
Ach so.
That means I'm what you call a voodoo queen. I'd give you a detailed explanation of the responsibilities and duties of the role, but your time would be better spent clearing my son's name.
Can you tell me a bit more about your religious practices?
What I can tell you is that the ignorant whites in this city are afraid of us for no reason. Voodoo is not about black magic or dark spells or turning people into the living dead. It's about healing and life. Naturally, there are misguided souls who may try to use it for ill purposes, but I am not one of those.
Sounds like you hit a sore spot. Might be a good idea to stop pressing her on this angle.
I think I'll take you up on your offer for tea, after all.
All right, Mr. Fordham. You'll have to give me a few minutes to heat up the kettle. I'll be back shortly.
Okay, erstmal das Vieh anheizen. Sie ist weg. Sie ist weg, sie ist weg, sie ist weg, sie ist weg. Warte. Sie ist weg. Kann ich da rein? Yay.
Amazing. Even more voodoo stuff back there. Why would she keep these particular items hidden from view?
Good question.
They obviously have some importance to her. I'd suggest asking, but I don't know if that's the best idea given how sensitive she seems to be about the subject.
The tea should be ready in a few minutes, Mr. Fordham. You can help yourself once it's done.
You're very kind, Mrs. Martin. I've got a few...
I'll try to answer.
Ich habe ja gerade gespeichert. Ich spreche sie mal drauf an.
About that back room of yours.
I beg your pardon?
I don't know about this, Miles. Is this really a road you want to go down?
Okay.
Actually, never mind. I misspoke. Thank you for your help.
My pleasure.
Ich habe Angst. Jetzt wisst ihr, was der Vogel macht, schnüffeln. Ja, ein bisschen. Okay, sonst kann ich jetzt aber nichts tun, wenn ich sie darauf nicht anspreche. Warte mal. Ich guck mal, ob ich nochmal mit ihr reden kann. Speichere ich mal direkt vorher.
She's not gonna be much help.
Ach so, ich kann nicht mehr mit ihr reden. Warte mal. So, wir gucken nochmal hier rein. Und dann mache ich das mal. Ich will gucken, was passiert. Wir haben ja ein
Amazing.
Good question.
Wir haben ja den Safe Spot quasi.
The T-shirt.
You're very... I've got... About...
I don't know about...
I had a look behind your curtain. Care to explain what all those things in that back room are?
Mr. Fordham, I was under the impression you could be trusted. Clearly, Albert was wrong about you.
Why are you keeping them out of view? What's their significance?
I don't like people invading my privacy, Mr. Fordham. You're no longer welcome in my home. Please leave.
But without me, your son won't get out of jail. Nobody else thinks he's innocent. Are you really going to put your pride over your son's life?
And now you insult me? You're really something special. I won't say it again. Get out!
Okay.
You clearly hit a nerve there, Fordham.
Rather suspicious, if you ask me. Perhaps her and Mr. Martin's religious practices aren't as innocent as they claim to be.
An interesting notion. Well, I can't deny that the evidence against Mr. Martin is somewhat damning.
Was können Sie mir über Voodoo sagen? Habe ich gerade als Achievement bekommen.
If his mother was so sure of his innocence, she'd surely have explained what all those things behind the curtain were. I don't think Upton will appreciate being proven wrong. But like Fellows said, facts are facts.
Jetzt natürlich die Frage. Mache ich so jetzt weiter mit dem Safe Game quasi? Oder nicht? Durch Madame Dupreys Sohn beschuldigt. In einer Beziehung mit der Tochter von Madame Dupree, Juliette Montgomery. Upton hielt ihr für unschuldig, aber seine Familie praktiziert Voodoo und laut Dr. Fellows wurde Dupree wahrscheinlich vergiftet. Return to Upton and accuse Albert Martin. Ich würde eigentlich lieber das nicht tun. Das müsste der sein, ne? Genau, da haben wir nicht mit ihr gesprochen. Okay. Vielleicht...
Aren't you going to have your tea, Mr. Fordham?
So.
I'm afraid I just remembered something important I need to look into. Perhaps later.
Suit yourself.
Ich bin so unsicher. Weil wir haben jetzt nicht mehr so viele Optionen offen. Ein Stimulanz finden. Wo könnten wir denn so ein Stimulanz finden? Hier war doch die Werbung für das Stimulanz. Kannst du irgendwie...
Simon Banks. I'm P.D. Preston. I suppose Professor Xander Colt.
Nein.
Green's sulfur. Talk about Dr. Tennyson's vigor pill. These things seem to...
Aber wie kriege ich das? Wo kriege ich das her? Wo kriege ich diese Stimulanz hin?
She's running...
Kaffee bestellen wäre natürlich auch nicht verkehrt. Da wird er vielleicht auch wieder wach
Give
werden.
me an old...
Aber ich kriege ja keinen Kaffee hier einfach. Okay. Zu Hause vielleicht sowas? Wahrscheinlich nicht. Ne?
Ah, home at last.
Good to see you've made it back in one piece. So what's this big case Upton's got you on? Another missing pet?
Ich hätte den Voodoo-Safe auch nicht genommen. Ich glaube nicht, dass es was mit dem Fall zu tun hat. Vielleicht würde der Safe nur Voodoo verstärken. Ja. Ich könnte halt, dadurch hätte ich halt direkt einen Verdächtigen. Hätte dann Albert Martin verdächtigen können.
If only.
Ah.
A Gascon Grand Dame was attacked and almost interred alive.
You mean Madame Dupree? The one whose obituary was in the paper?
The very same.
Goodness, that does sound serious. Tell me if there's anything I can do to help. I know you haven't been feeling your best lately.
You're always a help to me, Addie. Though I assure you I have this well in hand.
I certainly hope so.
Ich bin nicht der Meinung, dass der das war. Ja, ich glaube nämlich auch irgendwie, dass die Mutter da irgendwie mit drin steckt, weil die den, oder der Sohn, weil die den nicht leiden können. Hat sie Stimulantien? Wahrscheinlich
Addie?
auch nicht, ne?
Yes, dear.
Do you know anything about Madame Dupree?
I've read that the Duprees are one of the few wealthy families that exclusively employ real people to serve. Rather commendable, don't you think?
Yes. It makes it even more baffling why she was attacked. Have you heard any gossip from your clients? Anything about who might have wanted to harm her?
Kaffee, ja.
Nothing.
Machst du dir jetzt
She's
ein?
held in the
Prost.
highest regard by the other Grand Dames. If she had actually died, I'd have expected them to petition her canonization.
I'll let you get back to your book.
Okay, was wir noch machen können? Wir können versuchen... Entschuldigung.
I'm heading out for now.
Give my regards to Constance.
Wer ist Constance? Achso. Wir können noch mal in das Herrenhaus. Und vielleicht können wir mit der Köchin reden, weil da hat Juliette ja gesagt, das war ihre Freundin. Nein, ich mache mir keine Guild als Stimulanz. Ja, eben. Ich guck mal, ob ich mit der Köchin nochmal sprechen kann. Hätte Fahrradkette. Kaffee wäre natürlich super. Ich guck mal, ob ich sie irgendwie darauf ansprechen kann, dass Juliette sagt, hier, du bist eine Freundin, red mal mit
Pardon
mir.
me, miss.
I told you I'm very busy, and I'll get in trouble if I'm caught speaking to you.
Amelie, please. I need to know what you know about Madame Dupré.
What? How did you know my name?
Juliette told me about you.
Miss Juliet?
Yes, I spoke to her at the university. She mentioned you two were friends.
Yes, that's right. She's always been so good to me.
Look, Amelie, I'm just trying to get some information. And I have a feeling you can be very helpful if you just let me talk to you.
All right, fine. But do it as fast as you can.
Okay, sehr gut, sehr gut. Wir können mit ihr reden.
Tell me about Madame Dupré.
Oh, I really shouldn't, sir.
It would greatly help my investigation if you did.
Madame Dupré was kind enough to hire me as her cook. It's hard to get jobs in the city. Lots of people want their servants to use those new machines. My sister's brother-in-law got half his leg blown off by one of those new ovens. He's lucky he wasn't killed. So I'm plenty happy working here doing real people's work. But Madam can be difficult sometimes.
Difficult? What do you mean by that?
No, I said enough.
What do you know about Madame Dupré's supposed death?
All I can tell you is that whoever did it really hated her.
Do you know Albert Martin, the man accused of the crime?
No, I'm sorry.
What can you tell me about Andrew?
He ain't so bad. Kinda spoiled, but he mostly cleans up after himself. Has a whole private part of the house, but I think he only uses one room. Better for me, way less to clean.
What do you know about Juliette?
She was always so kind to me and the others, but her mother don't like that one bit. Still, she sneaks down into the kitchen to keep me company some nights. Even though she's a good soul, I think part of her does it just to spite her mother.
Are you the only remaining servant here?
No, there's another one, Marcel. He's the new gardener. I haven't seen him in a few days, though. Not since before Madam's incident.
Thank you, Amelie. I appreciate your time.
You're welcome. Now please, let me get back to work.
Das war nicht so aufschlussreich.
Yeah, it looks like gumbo's on the menu.
Ja, Gumbo-Eintopf. Das war ja nicht
Stick
so...
around. I may have more questions for you later.
Don't worry, I'm not going anywhere.
Okay, Stimulantien, Kaffee.